Rhodes, pitching coordinator Kent Kleiman, the third base and assistant coach Harrison DeNicola. We got Craig Massey as well, the hitting coordinator, and Adris Wonder. Back here Tuesday afternoon, I guess Tuesday night now. Off of a 6-2 loss to the Tri-City Valley Cats, team that, we don't get to see a lot of. I've obviously never seen them in just, 1 year here with Florence. But, Chad, you've seen them probably a good amount of times now. First impressions, this year off of what, Tri-City able to do hitting and pitching?
Well, it's a different team than anybody's seen because it's Taggart's second year managing with them. First time I've seen them play. I know Taggart's type of clubs play exactly how I said they were going to play. And it's good. I like playing teams like this. It's going to be very similar to playing teams like Schaumburg. Kind of very technical. They're going to play good, hard baseball. They're going to do those little things, man. The details. Game plan today, I thought they had against Villalobos. Obviously, he's been around the league. They haven't seen him, but they know he throws strikes, knows he attacks early. So I thought they tried to jump him. A little bit of shock factor in that first inning. You got to play clean against a team like this. We obviously had that hiccup in the first, cost 2 runs, and kind of set us behind. And then offensively, I thought I didn't really understand the overall approach that was kind of set from the get go. Obviously, they jumped first pitch, first time we've seen a guy a hit first pitch of a game, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about. And then so Hector's kind of been asking me a couple times, can I swing at it if it's there? I'm like, man, yeah, you can swing at it if it's there. If you're leading off or not, you're not going up there necessarily looking for a walk. But I thought that moment was different. It wasn't one of those days he asked me that type of thing. But if I would have told him, I would have said, well, no, just because they did it doesn't mean you can go for it because they scored 2 runs. If they didn't score those runs, then different story. But I thought that's a super aggressive approach, man. We were swung the first pitch 5 out of 9 times first time through. Through 30 pitches. So didn't really like that. And I thought we had a couple. I mean, Craig had half our hits. In that ball that Javi ran into. So offensively, I thought it was different. Didn't like the approach. Didn't like we couldn't get out of it quickly, and nobody kind of stopped that tide rolling. But we knew what to expect. Got what they expected. They're going to try and move guys over and do all that. So it is. It makes it fun because you have to play clean. You got to pitch crisp.
Yeah, absolutely. We got FNAF Master saying hi. Brandon also saying hi. If you guys have any questions for today's game, make sure you shoot them here in the post-game show. So other than being, kind of a technical team there, they ended up putting up 12 hits, 6 runs. Didn't seem, like a double-digit hit team. What did you see from their offensive side, against Villa, against the bullpen? But, I just didn't seem, like the strongest team we faced.
No. So offensively, they're not going to pump you. Not looking guys to do damage. I mean, they're not going to strike out. Struck out twice tonight, so they're not going to strike out. They can jump you early if you're in the zone, looking to hit the fastballs, and the guys stay within their approach. Didn't see too many big swings. Like, good baseball team.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Villa. 2 runs come across in that first inning. Whether you guys want to answer that. Unearned runs, and he's able to bounce back there. 6 strong innings, still, 3 runs, 1 earned. Strikeout numbers a little low tonight, but, I thought he did a job going 6 strong after that. Saw, a little bit more electricity from him. And he's kind of been a stable horse for Florence, able to go 6 innings, and that's, if you count it as a quality start, it's 3 quality starts in a row.
No, he's been excellent. He really has. I thought he was really good tonight. There's one hanging breaking ball. We talked about that. This is breaking balls to the left. I think you gave up 3 knocks on that slider to lefties. One of those pitches, obviously, I didn't think he should have got beat within that situation. Runner in scoring position is his worst weapon to kind of go to, but I get how the bat was going. He fouled off cold pitches and it was getting long, and so he was just trying something new, tried to bury it, and it left it up. Got hurt with it. But obviously that play before we could have made. But no, I thought he did a really good job, man. He's steady hand, like just hadn't wavered, didn't change his demeanor or anything. Just really solid, rock solid.
Yeah. Thought Villa did a good job tonight. Kind of communicating in between innings how he was feeling, just kind of how the game was playing from his vantage point out there on the mound versus me in the dugout. Thought he threw the ball well tonight. I thought obviously giving up 7 knocks. It's not terrible. It's easy. Was around the zone. 18 to 27 first pitch strikes. I thought he was able to kind of control the count when they would let him. I don't think he was chasing too many punch outs, obviously only having 2 on the night. But think Villa did a good job. I think that's it's definitely a quality start that we're looking from all 5 of our starters to get. If we can do that kind of start day in and day out, I think we're going to be sitting in a good spot.
Yeah, go morning saying hi, Corn saying hi, Stacy H in all caps. What's up, dude? Um, Yeah, like you said it. I mean, via giving 7 hits, that's kind of his MO. He gives up a lot of hits but prevents runs. I still thought it was a very good job from him on the mound. You mentioned Chad in that mid-game interview, kind of hung that curveball. He was almost able to get out of that 2-run first, and if it wasn't for the error there. Let's talk about the bullpen. Carter Hines, Jet Lotus, and Zane Robbins in the game. Hines and Lotus clean shutout innings, and we throw Robbins in there. Was it the game plan, all of them to go one from the start, or I don't know? I thought Hines had a pretty good quick inning. How about that double play as well? That was that was
Yeah,
electric.
big for him. I thought going into the game, obviously with 8 games this week, we kind of didn't want to run anybody into the ground too early, going 2, possibly even 3 innings. Big out of Carter there, getting the 10-pitch inning and getting out, getting another one under his belt, and he should be ready to go here in a day or two. And I think same with Jet and Zane. I think it's a close enough game. We have trust in all those guys, and we want to kind of get them out there, get a little bit of work, get their feet wet for the week, and prep for a long week ahead.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a couple options on that. With that way that game shook out, and we ended up going with what we're doing. Because obviously Jet stays in that game, we tie, go up. But the plan from the get go, if we had the lead going into it, we were going Hines, Lotus, and then Mackay if it was clean. And then if we stayed down right there, once that game kind of got a little bit later, it was okay. Let's go with our 1 inning guy because we need length for still in the series. Didn't want to burn Jet throwing 2 right there. Trusted Zane to be able to keep it at 1, and the inning ended up happening. But no, there's always a plan and a script. But yeah, I like 1 a pop. That way, these guys come back on Thursday, and then everybody's still fresh and going later in the week.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Tallulah Clancy says, "Hey, how you doing?" It's a big point, right? You got a lot of games this week. It's going to be 5 in 3 days when you go to Mississippi, so that's something you're thinking about right now. And honestly, it sucks that you have to think that far ahead, and you can't really focus on the series at hand like you would normally. But gotta stay focused on this series. We'll continue talking about that later on. Well, let's toss it over to Harry for the offensive side. Chad mentioned he didn't like the approach. Obviously, you're the third base coach. You're down there. What'd you see from the guys against Manzano? Obviously, able to go 7 innings. Most of them were no hit at one point. So what was lacking today?
The mature approach we've been talking about, every time we hop on these mics. Definitely agree with everything Chad said. Nieves coming out there in that moment, first pitch of our half of the inning, being down 2, just had an error. Maybe the momentum slightly on their side to start the game. We got to take that first pitch, and it was a first pitch changeup because they probably knew we were going to press. The young rookie was going to press a little bit, but it didn't stop there. The rest of the lineup, I think we had 5 out of 9 first pitch swings, first time through. And it was hard to get out of that rut. The hits are going to come if we have the mature approach, but I just feel like we were kind of trying to claw our way back in, being way too aggressive. When I'm not saying this guy didn't have stuff to beat us. He had all of his stuff in the zone. That's why he had a great outing, but we got to be able to be patient and capitalize later right there.
Yeah, to me, and I didn't make this comparison on the broadcast, but you did bring up Schaumburg, almost like a Cole Cook performance. Not overpowering stuff, but everything in the zone there, and kind of just competing with everyone and have a good approach. And you're due for one of those in the series, but now you got to bounce back. What are you hoping to see tomorrow against a TBA pitcher? You can't even plan for it right now, but just looking towards tomorrow.
Just getting back into our team approach, which is getting deeper into some counts. Obviously, if it's there, it's there. Quinones early ball hitter because people just start giving him cookies. He's going to barrel it. Armani's kind of been that way last week. They started going at him early. He was ready, but, that doesn't mean everybody 1 through 9 has to do that. I think defensively, other than a couple plays at first, it was beautiful out there. Armani had a great play. TJ had a great jump on a ball. Moreno had a couple good jumps on a ball out there in center as well. So we just keep doing that, play good baseball. Clean baseball, like Chad mentioned, it should be a good next 2 games.
Absolutely, and you brought it up there. So Hank Zeisler, the only time I mentioned him having great defense at first base in the pregame, he ends up with 3 errors.
Thanks for jinxing it. Rory.
What you see with Hank over
God.
at first today? A few different plays, some hard ground balls, but what happened to him today?
A baseball game happened to him. He's going to make those plays 9 times out of 10. We're thinking anything of it. He's going to go back out there. He's going to play a great first base. I mean, honestly, the amount of web gems he's already made through the first 18 games is unbelievable. But just a baseball game, man. The kid's fine. Nothing to it.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of had that extended pregame today, and I was more talking about him being able to bounce all over, but I thought it was unfortunate that the one time I bring it up. Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. We got Evan Webster on the mound against a TBA guy. I don't know what's going on with them. They have a starter lined up after that, so possibly like a bullpen game from them is what I would draw from that, or maybe they're pulling someone for a spot start. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ross Thompson on the bump.
That's what I said.
To be honest.
Yeah. Rick Ross Thompson ready for his comeback to Florence against the Y'alls. What are you hoping to see from Webby?
He got to see how he attacked them and kind of saw what worked. I mean, we know what their offense is trying to do, so I think he controls the running game very well, kind of like Villalobos. So I'm not necessarily worried about that. I think he's going to get off the mound and field his position. But working ahead, I think they were aggressive. I think as long as he stays in that zone early, they don't necessarily know him, so I'm not sure if the plan is to attack him or if they're going to take pitches. I think that only is going to play into his favor. That way he can get a feel for the zone. So I'm interested to see how it plays out, but he's been throwing the ball really well. Keep getting us ground balls, keep that defense active, and it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. And trying to pair him with Barker, correct?
No, not this week. Now things changed towards the end of the week, so we're gonna. He's extended now. His counts get a little extended, so we'll use Barker. We might use him a couple, just to get a little work and save an arm, but that way I can bring Barker back to throw one of those spot starts at the end of the week.
As we said, that's looming. 5 games in 3 days. It's looming, so you got to think about it for sure. That'll do it for us here on the post-game show. Florence will be back tomorrow. Wrestling Wednesday. Get to see those wrestling matches before the game. Should be exciting.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
absolutely.
Are they small people this time?
No, it's same people. NWF. I think should be maybe some different wrestlers if they bring them around.
Midget wrestling is coming, though. I heard.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yes, the MWF.
It's called that too.
Micro wrestling.
Is that what it's called?
Micro Wrestling Federation. Yeah.
Don't care.
All good. But no, still, those matches are fun. An hour before first pitch there, so 5:40 you can get into the ballpark and watch some wrestling. Really, really good energy. And hopefully tomorrow we can pull out a Y'alls win. That'll do it for us.
Yeah, baby.
And until next time, thanks for tuning in.